right. Y'all two ready?
Yep.
All right.
Hold on, wait.
Oh my God, I can't stand this guy.
God, I want the cake you save me. Illuminati want my mind, soul, my body. God, I want the cake you save me. Secret society, trying to keep me on.
What is up, geeks, nerds, dorks, and otaku cosplay bitches? NWN here, aka Young Negro, catch 'em in the Johto region flexing, and this is the Game and Illuminati podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, and it's fate that we are on episode 28. And rocking with me today, I got my co-host. He is the leader of the Stubborn Gamers Underground, Game Fanatic 386. Can we get your opening statement, sir? Go.
Tiker. Birthday.
This podcast sucks. And my other co-host, he believes in magic like Selena Gomez. Not really, I just felt like saying that. But UTxJGTheDon, what is up, sir?
Everybody wanna see me throw a fireball, but that's not right. Not in real life. You will fall down and break your leg. Everybody wanna see me break a neck. But I don't. But I like fried rice, and I got like Chin Chan Wu Chi Wayne Wong White. Alright, I'll stop.
This is the Coon Podcast. And my opening statement for today is shout out to everyone who shows support. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. But we got a special guest for today, and I know it's been a while. Today's special guest is a leader in the fighting game community. And by fighting game community, I don't mean grown-ass men fighting over video games and throwing their rent money on camera. You know, Nomad. What up, homie? Can we get your opening statement?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, I'm Nomad. I'm chilling the podcast with the loudest crew. How y'all doing out there, man?
And what's your channel? Like, what's your YouTube channel?
It's youtube.com/I'm Nomad.
I'll leave a link in the description box below if you guys want to check out our guests. Make sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes. The show is always posted there first. But if you don't like iTunes, the show is also available on SoundCloud via soundcloud.com/GameandIlluminati. Links to all that in the description box below. Links also to everything we discuss on articles that we discussed today is in the description box below. Now, before we get into the show, a couple announcements. Evolve, the game, one of the biggest games are going to be coming out this fall. It's coming out this fall, right? Please. I think. I don't know.
We got betas.
Yeah.
I think it's coming out this fall.
Either October or November.
Yeah, the alpha is going on. It's not going on right now, but alpha sign up. So if you want to test the game out, the alpha, there'll be a link in the description box below if you want to sign up for that. But keep in mind, this is PC exclusive. So if you don't have a gaming PC, and I signed up for it myself, they ask you their specs. I think you got to have really good specs to run this. So keep in mind, you need a high-end PC for this alpha sign up. Link in the description box below. Also, PS4 controllers now work on PS3. Nothing more to say there. And also, EVO 2014 starts next week, July 11th to the 13th. JG, what are the games that they're going to be featuring in this year's EVO?
On the lineup this year, we have Ultimate Street Fighter 4, we have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Injustice, Killer Instinct, Blaze Blue, Chrono Phantasma, King of Fighters 13, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Any of those games interest anybody? What is wrong with you today?
he owned it, bro. Tekken definitely. I found out how hyped they are over there, boy. Tekken competitive is amazing. Of course, Smash Brothers. I knew you gonna say all but them. Ultimate Marvel. Even though people say that their game is broken, Marvel is still hype as hell. And of course, Street Fighter. Come on, yo. Like Street Fighter is also mad hype.
Yeah, Street Fighter's going to be good.
And we also have our special guest who will be attending EVO. So I'm Nomad. How do you feel about that, man? Are you excited? And what games are you going to sign up for?
Yo, so yeah, this is my first trip actually on the plane. That's crazy, right? So now flying out there, and I'll be a Killer Instinct and Ultra Street Fighter. I didn't do everything because too much direction. Man.
Oh, you actually going to be playing?
Yeah.
Oh, true. You going to be recording this shit?
I'm gonna try anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should definitely record it, because especially since you about to get new subscribers and shit, they might want to check that out, and then you post it on your channel or whatever. So definitely check out Nomad's channel.
Yep,
I'm
playing
for
Killer
you,
Instinct. He be playing Killer Instinct out there. You know, I'm tired of seeing Thunder though, but you know.
Shut up though.
we told this man, yo, like damn, what's Thunder? But I understand that's your man.
And Ryu.
I'm glad you started playing with evil Ryu and then Obi start trolling your ass, but I like your evil Ryu though.
Yo, Obi ain't ready, son. Ask Obi how bad I did him on that PC.
What's his name? I never watched Evo before. Like, this is gonna be on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
it's
it'll be on
Twitch.
Yeah, so I
Probably
check
on
it
Xbox
out.
site too.
I check
And
it out.
IGN's gonna be streaming as well. This is
Oh,
something
big
for them.
time. Okay.
Yeah,
If you want to see pretty much Marvel and Street Fighter and stuff like that, like just go to Team Spooky because they mostly stream just that. They don't really do Tekken that much though. But like I think IGN streamed Tekken last time, so they might stream.
Nah, I'm trying to see Smash Brothers.
Oh my lord! Can we watch
hold-
a real fighter, yo, and not Smash Brothers ModernWarNegro really?
Nah,
You
I'm
better
about
hope
to
Nintendo don't trip, yo, because they, I don't know, they might try to pull some shit.
Yeah, that's Smash the truth, son.
Yeah, let this man. Let this
true battle royal.
Okay. Moving on. Before we get into the other topics at hand, some little piece of E3 news. Voted by the people, the critics, the best games of E3 2014 was No Man's Sky, which is definitely dope because it was an indie game. So shout out to them. And Evolve. Those are the games that won the most votes. How y'all feel about that?
They were new IPs, so I will say, yeah, I don't really have too much of a problem with it. I mean, Evolve is made by the same people who made Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is a fun game. It's Valve, I think. So yeah, that's a very fun game. So now they're going a whole new direction. You still have that team-based gameplay, but you have one guy who is actually going to be controlling the monster and the monster's minions, trying to take you out, on your path to, the end or wherever the completion is. So I think it looks nice. As for No Man's Sky, I like the whole aspect from flying from straight from one planet to another planet and seamlessly. It looks real cool. It's not my kind of game per se. I don't really have a problem with it, but it's just not a game that I would probably pick up. But it wasn't a bad game. It had some cool features on it.
I need to see more of No Man's Sky before I'm like, it looks cool, but like I said in one of the previous podcasts, who's the protagonist, who's the antagonist, what's the story, what's the point of the actual game? From a technical standpoint, it's impressive, but other than that, I still need to see more of the game before I decide if I want to buy it. What about y'all, JD?
Yeah, same here pretty much. I think that's the main reason why No Man's Sky won. It's because it looks interesting. No one knows exactly what it's about. I don't think people are going to be playing this game for that long, but that's just me assuming before the game actually comes out. We'll just have to see because we pretty much know nothing about the game other than it's dynamic and you can go easily from planet to space.
True.
So like what is the main premise of it? Is it going to be a survival game? What exactly are you doing? But I'm excited about Evolve, definitely. I hope that we can all get into this alpha. That'll be dope as hell to play the game. And again, it's made by Valve, so I'm very excited for this game. I think it's going to be pretty dope, especially for us to play. We've been looking for another game like this. So,
you care about either of these games, Nomad?
Evolve looks kind of like unique. I wasn't big on Left 4 Dead, but Evolve looks pretty cool. Everybody talking about it every time they come in the store and stuff. So I don't know. It's something I don't know if I'm gonna play, but I'm gonna try to bait it out just because. But the other game I really don't know much about.
Oh, you didn't like Left 4 Dead, son?
Nah, I'm not. I didn't really like it. I probably caught on to it like when it was dying, so that's probably why.
I'm appalled.
You don't like Smash Brothers, so what?
Look,
right.
sir,
You don't like Smash Brothers.
Look, I said before, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't expect it as a fighter because it's not a fighter. That's my only problem with Smash.
It's not that I don't like you. I just don't respect that you're black. Like.
He's being defensive. He had to think about that one for a second. He's being defensive. He's being defensive for the fighting game community. That's all he's doing.
Yeah,
even though the fighting game
community was saying the same thing though. Only the Smash heads were saying that. Oh, it's a fighter. Put it in there. If you watched the few streams, I was watching the Street Fighter stream from a while back. I don't know if it was NFC or Evo, but they mentioned Smash being there, and he was like, I don't really agree with it being a fighter and being in the competition, but the people want it, so whatever.
You may whether you think it's a fighter or not, the people want it. It does numbers, and at the end of the day, Evo got to make that cash money. So it is what it is.
I still wouldn't call it a fighter. And people in the comment section were agreeing. It was like, yeah, Smash isn't a fighter. You had a few people and it was like, Smash is great. It is. It's a fighter, but it's not. But it's there. I mean, like I said, they might as well put Fight Nights or Mega Man 7 in there or something, dog. Cause they had like a fighting game mode in there too. But it's whatever.
Like over 900 people registered for it, so it's crazy.
Damn, that's a lot of people.
Have you ever seen the Smash Brothers players though? Like you could tell what kind of demographic they are. I mean, like every single one of them, either they were Asian or they were like stupid dweeby dorks. Like it was retarded.
This guy. Oh my god.
I was sitting there just watching it. I was watching one that I think Obi linked on Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at these guys. They all talk like that. Hey, I got the next game. Like
This man really went on another rant though about Smash Brothers. How we get them started, yo?
Yeah, man, like, got into the topics, bro. That was just like
and it was so bad. Like they looked so awkward too. Like the announcer were announcing them, and they were supposed to come out all cool,
wearing
but they just looked so
hats.
awkward. Yeah, some had mushroom hat. One guy I think had an asthma inhaler on his keychain or something. I don't know, but they got
that's
like
a Smash crowd. 970 people for Smash, man.
970 dweebs.
Lord, oh Lord.
How did they even pick out the people? Like, were they seriously going to just do a freaking tournament for all of them?
I mean,
put them all in a bracket?
Half the time it'd be 4-on-4. I mean, 2-on-2. No, it wouldn't. It'd be a battle royal of 4 people anyway. So
yeah, it's 4 people. I think 5 stock, and when you out, you out. So last man standing, pretty much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I thought they were doing like whoever had the most knockouts or the less deaths or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well,
but
I'm saying like while you're in the battle, you only have 5. So whoever has like the most knockouts stuff at the end, then they win, of course.
True.
Even I know a little bit about that crap because I was watching that stream for like a good 20 minutes or something like that.
And they still got that GameCube tucked in the corner. It's cool.
I didn't know what was going on. It was just a whole bunch of dashing and weird little sparks going on with everybody. But you know, people were getting knocked off.
Are you done with your rant?
Yeah, it might be. No,
he said, moving on.
So,
to
hold on.
What you want to talk about now?
Can we, hold on, we got I Know Man in here, man, for the whole Evo thing. We only asked him a few things, man. Let's ask a little more questions for him, yo.
Oh, what
trying to get the viewers to know who he is.
What questions you got?
So what are your plans going into this Evo? I don't really want you to put all your, what you're going to do in there because somebody might be watching, they might go against you and they might use that against you. But like, what are your thoughts and plans of going into Evo? Because you're playing both Street Fighter and Killer Instincts, right?
Yeah, so Street Fighter is on Friday, right? So that's gonna be pretty much all Friday because it's like almost 2,000 people. So my plan is pretty much Evo Ryu all the way through. I'm not gonna like counter pick or anything like that. So hopefully I'll get like somebody like really high level, but I play more of a defensive type game style. So I don't actually do combos. No, I'm not lame.
That's what it sounds like.
You see my work? Nah. You see my. Hey, go to the page. You see my work, man. I go in when I got to, but I'm more of a counter type person. That what Obi was mad at because
you're lame in this. That means you're lame.
No, I put it this way. Lame is when I just shoot fire. I spam fireballs out there. I actually go to the person, even if I got the life lead.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying when I start out at first, like the first round might be like download. So if I lose it, I lose it. But I want to get close to the quarterfinals. That's the plan anyway. So it's my second major. So that's pretty much the plan.
Fighters Destiny 2 on N64 is one of the greatest fighting games of all time.
You're
go ahead.
insane.
Don't hate on Fighters Destiny. All my real gamers know what I'm talking about. Shout out to N64.
I have no idea what that is.
Exactly.
Are you going to do the same thing for Killer Instinct? You gonna main Thunder the whole way? Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason I've been playing Thunder only because when a new fighting game come out, I would used to always switch to another character. Then I would be kind of like a jack of all trades, but master of none. So I decided to stick with Thunder this time. It was Jago, but the way Killer Instinct was handled was a lot of Jagos online, so I didn't want to play Jago anymore. So I went with Thunder.
I hear you on that. So been practicing in the lab though, man. You getting your combos up because you need, if you going to play Killer Instinct, you gotta be hitting the 51% in there.
Oh, that's
I don't play that
Thunder.
game.
I can do 9. Thunder, I can do 9 to hit you for 51% easy.
Are you hitting them 62%? I saw a dude hit 62. I was like, Jesus.
Dude, I hit an 82% the other day.
Wow.
Now,
That's the main combo?
can I say, Tick just sat here and went on a rant and called all these Smash Bros. Dorks and dweebs, but y'all niggas talking about percentages and numbers and shit. Y'all dorks and dweebs, bro.
Nah,
fuck
I
out
mean,
of
like-
here.
Hold on, time out. Hold on, this is a real fighting game. This is an essence, okay? You got to know this.
You didn't even listen to what I just said. I didn't say it was a real
you
fighting
do it like
game. I
you're
said
talking about those numbers. You sound like a dweeb. Yo, it don't matter. There's no numbers.
Nope.
There's no numbers really in Smash. It's just glitches and just little dweebs playing the game.
This man
They know what
refuses
they're
to
doing.
take
It
an L.
doesn't
He
matter.
refuses to take
Go
an
ahead,
L.
I know, man. Before we got cut off by another dweeb. Come on.
Nah, but Killer Instinct, it tells you the percentage like when you finish the combo, so it's easy for anybody to see what the percentage is instead of like trying to sound real smart and guess like he did 60-something% or something like that. It tells you. So Thunder, I'm just gonna try to stay closer. That's the only thing Thunder can do. I can't stay far away and kind of really lame. I gotta rush, and if I don't rush, Thunder can get lamed out really bad. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you go against Glaciers or something like that.
Yeah, I got Justin Wong in my pool, so
Shit.
I got a gatekeeper. You know, I got a gatekeeper, but I don't play him, so
My
I
damn
might.
phone going on.
If it go down to like the final round, then I'm pretty sure I'll meet him. But I got like a couple of people I actually gotta go through before I even see him, so I gotta like worry about them first. So
What about let's see, Rico Suave, Maximilian? Are they in it too?
yeah, they're in it, but they're like in a different pool altogether. So
Okay.
I don't have to see them for a while. You know, I only got one killer that I know of like on a level like that. So other
Is
than
Chris?
that, names I don't know.
Is Chris playing Killer Instincts this evening?
I hope not. He was playing though in that MLG tournament.
Yeah.
that just
Who's that,
recently passed.
Chris
Chris G. Yeah.
Chris G.
Oh
What's
yeah, he
that?
played in CEO.
Yeah, he did.
Is he playing Evo too? Did he sign up?
I don't know. I can find out real quick. Give me a second.
That dude, man, that dude finds weird ways to beat people. Dog.
I can't stand Chris G, dog. I'm sorry, man. I
Yeah,
can't
me neither.
stand
Me
him.
neither. Yeah.
The hell
Yeah,
you-
you know what I'm talking about.
That's a little bit. What y'all talking about, bro? Go
One
ahead,
time
proceed.
NWN is not in the conversation. He's like,
Yeah, and I'm in it.
right.
Hey, but like,
Fuck all y'all.
I really don't really focus much on 2D fighters, but I actually like Killer Instincts. Like I played over my homeboy house on his Xbox One, and I was having a ball. He only had one character because he didn't pay for it though. But like I was having fun with it. After I figured out what I was supposed to do and how to play it, and the game was actually pretty fun. It's kind of easy to pick up and play a little bit, but it's a real fun game. It's kind of fast paced and all that, and you got to actually think like if somebody gets you on a lockdown. You gotta know if you're gonna try to break it or you're gonna sit there and take that damage, because if you try to break it, you could get locked down even worse and add more damage to it.
Yeah,
It's a little thinking to go in there. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this one.
that guessing game, man. I hate. That's the only thing I hate about like the guessing of it, because it can be really tricky. You know, when you get deep into it, of course.
Like the
but, you know,
lockout, yeah. But all right, Modern, I think we're done with the Evo chat. You know,
I got
Yeah,
one
no doubt about
question.
that.
I got
never
one
mind.
question. How do you feel about someone being into the fighting game community but has not necessarily played the game or haven't played it in a while?
This fool lagged out. What you talking about? What just happened?
Nah,
What are you talking about? Who-
He
what?
linked something.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, all right, so you saying like as
I'm
far
sure
as
you
like
fight as Destiny 2. Best game, right?
This
man,
guy.
I know how to use YouTube. You ain't had to do that.
Let me answer the question, because this motherfucking mumble talking and shit. Why you try to?
It
Trying
don't
to talk.
record that.
I
So you
know,
mean-
but it messed me up. Is what I'm saying.
So you mean like as far as somebody that just watches it, don't play or don't want to get into it?
Yeah, like me, for example, because I haven't played Killer Instinct. I'm not saying that I would, and I did play Street Fighter, but I never got serious, so I don't play right now. But
Oh,
I like
okay.
watching competitive fighting games. How do you feel about that? Do you think that that's okay? Because apparently, according to some people, it is.
Oh no, definitely, man. Hey, it like people like to watch whatever they like to watch, and I think fighting games finally getting recognition is real good. Had it been like a couple years, I probably would have been like up in the levels when like game was like, you know, acceptable as it is now. But like for Killer Instinct, it's really simple. The dojo mode is super easy. The game is fundamentally super easy. It's probably one of the easiest fighting games you can actually play and get into. But it's just like Tick say, once you start like figuring out like the in-depth of it, then it can get like a whole lot tricky and a whole lot like complicated. But on the outside, anybody can pick up and play easy. I can show you how to play, and you can be playing and bopping people online quick.
What's that? How you feel about that Mortal Kombat X though?
Yo, that Mortal Kombat X, yo, if I don't make it far in tournament like I want to, I'm gonna be at that MKX booth and I'll be at that KI season 2 booth, getting a lot of information, man. I'm ready for that bad boy, son.
That's a little cool. Now I'm thinking about actually getting really, really deep into Tekken. You know, I play Tekken. I don't really get as like deep as a lot of people do, like learning all the frame traps and all that nonsense, because I think that's kind of dweebish. But
yep.
But like I enjoy playing it, and I'm thinking like after I get over the fear of flying.
Yo, this is my first flight, dude. I never flew before.
It's not that bad, you guys. It's
Both
not
of
that
y'all.
I just came from a flight last week, bro. It's not that bad.
Hey
You
man,
Hollywood though, homie.
people be crashing, But anyway, I might, the next Tekken 7 to come out. I'm thinking about like really playing that heavier, like a lot heavier, and maybe Dead or Alive and picking up and try to, go into some competition. And then the next Soul Calibur, because I used to play Soul Calibur like really hard back in the Dreamcast days. Like I used to play that game constantly and learn everybody's move. Like I pretty much played like every character and knew their mix-ups and how they worked and everything. So I might try that again.
Yo, is Evo gonna have Clay Fighter 63 1/3?
Nope.
They need to bring Clay Fighter back, bro. Fighting Destiny, let's go.
See, my main thing about fighting games is it takes a lot of time and skill in order for you to master somebody, especially the people who want to master not more than one character. That's my only thing. Like, I would have to put a lot of time and dedication into the game, and I like playing a whole variety of games. So that's my main reason for not, taking the time with one game. But I would like to. Like, I really legit at one point in time when I first started watching Cross Counter, I was like, yo, like I really want to get into Street Fighter. And then I went and got it. I even got me a fight stick. So I was ready to play. Yeah. Like I
wasted money on a fight stick, bro.
I
still got it. I still got it. Yeah, I can use it on PC. Yeah, cause I got an Xbox 360 one, but yeah, like I was dead ass serious, ready to get into it. I wanted to main Balrog, and I don't know
the very best.
and I don't know. I just started playing other shit, so I was like, man, I don't got the time for this, man.
I mean, I played Tekken heavy. I used to post some Tekken fights, from
right,
Tekken 7 up to Tekken Tag. It's just that after a while, after I got this PC, I started worrying about console gaming, and I just stopped paying for it. So I was really on it. And then a lot of my friends, they moved from Tekken and started playing Dead or Alive because they got bored of playing Tekken. So they started playing Dead or Alive and Persona 4 and stuff like that. So it wasn't anyone really on to play. So I just left it alone for a little bit. But I know they're going to be back when Tekken 7 come out. And I'm definitely going to get that, trying to get that with the PS4. Just, no offense, but the Xbox controllers just don't work too well for Tekken. I'm sorry. Like that game is made for the Sony controller, hands down. So,
the arcade sticks, son.
Man, I can't do arcade sticks. I used to try it when I was a kid, like so many times, but
you won't play on pad.
Yeah, when I try to walk forward, I just be hopping. I can't do
this guy.
Yeah, I actually put a Tekken video out today for you, Tick, just for you.
I saw it. I'm gonna watch it.
You did? Oh,
yeah,
I gotta watch it. All right.
Just for Tick, because I know how Tick is. But
I think ModernWarNegro wants to move on.
Yes, we're finally done.
Yeah.
No. I love fighting games, man. I love Clay Fighter, bro. Like, I'm trash at fighting games. That's why I never really got it. Like JG said, like it just takes too much time. I don't got the patience to learn fighting games. That's my issue. So
I used to go at it. I used to go at it with my homies all the time. At one point in time, Tekken was my favorite fighter. Like even over Mortal Kombat. Like it was that serious, especially Tekken 3. Like I can't tell you how many nights I spent playing that shit. But
I wasn't the Killer Instinct on the X1. That game is fun though. I wasn't to that for a minute.
It is fun. I
give him that. But go ahead.
Tekken dog. Like I still remember when I first played that joint. Funny though, because back then, it was around the first step into 3D. And me and my homeboys was playing, and we were like, man, they look like real people. And you go back and look at it now, it looks horrible. But
then people cheesing with Eddie, dog. Oh my god, like everybody who touched Tekken 3, dog.
Yeah, people
everybody
play with Eddie and Horang, dog. Like,
that's all you needed.
I grabbed
and Paul.
I went to the arcade and I knocked 3 people off the arcade stick my first time playing Tekken 3 because I just saw Eddie and I was like, he looks cool. And I was just hitting the kick buttons the whole time. And just
that's all you need to do, man.
I was like, how old was I? I think I was like 12 years old too. So like, I remember it was an adult. He was like, man, I just can't. He just keep doing them little dance moves on me.
Capoeira.
Hey,
Yeah,
what
like,
about
nobody knew what that was.
what about that? What was that? That SNK fighter? What was it? Was it Samurai
Coming versus
Showdown?
SNK?
Is that
Oh,
coming?
Samurai
Is that
Showdown.
coming? Is that
Yeah.
Oh,
coming
that
to
game was
Evo?
good too.
Nah, that could be.
See how the
You
touch
should've
I am?
been.
I'm like an old person.
Crazy.
That game should have been though. That was actually a real good game.
I did love that game.
Yeah, that was a good one. Then you bring it back Battle Arena Toshida. But you
You
know,
got me
Battle
watching-
Arena Toshida, I had that. That was the game. That was the game. My man wasn't it? Something
Yep.
like that. That was my dude, bro. Him and Duke.
I need them to make another Capcom
Yep.
versus SNK though. That's what I want to.
Yeah, they definitely need to make another.
I
one
gotta
of those,
say, this
definitely.
is episode 28. This has got to be the most positive Tick has ever been. Like, he's just showing he really loves some games. So let's clap it up for Tick. Gotta give him to that.
Double Smash Brothers.
You just killed it, bro. I was trying to make
I'm
it
sorry.
good. I was trying to make it
We gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it real. Somebody would have pointed it out.
This guy.
We gotta keep it real.
All right, y'all got anything else y'all want to add to the Evo conversation? Y'all want to move along?
Nah, let's
Okay,
move
move
on. We've
along.
been
appreciate
looking
that. Appreciate
forward.
that.
All right, Xbox news. Call of Duty World at War 2. The box art leaked on Amazon. And of course, the internet caught on to it, and Amazon pulled it. So, and Treyarch hasn't confirmed whether or not this will be the next iteration, which is crazy because Advanced Warfare hasn't even came out. Do you guys think World at War 2? Oh, by the way, it also matches the rumors before that trailer for Advanced Warfare had leaked. The original rumor was that they were going to be the next Call of Duty was going to be in World War One. So, in this box art leaks, do you guys think maybe this could be a World War One gameplay in the next one for Treyarch?
You mean World War II?
No. The rumor was World War One.
Ew, why would I want to play? Yo, that means you're only using bolt action and semi-automatic rifles. Though,
Wasn't that World War II too, pretty much?
No, World War II had the MP44 automatic.
But the bolt
MP40.
actions dominated, though.
Yeah, but not in World at War because that's when they got to the easy mode Call of Duty and they didn't use the correct specs of the gun, so you couldn't really one-shot anybody with them. That's why I hated that game.
Like, what are the weapons for World War One? Because to be honest, when I thought about this, like the American school system sucks. Like all they ever teach us about is World War Two. Like they briefly talked about the first one, but I really
World
don't.
War
I don't even
is
remember what it's
boring.
about, and I'm American. Like, what kind of shit is that?
I think they used Springfields.
I don't know.
And maybe that was it. I don't know what else. It's like Springfields and repeaters. That's all I could think of.
So, what do you want to see in a Call of Duty, as far as a World War JG or Nomad?
I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see anything.
I want to see. I want World War II. I don't want. Y'all already know what.
What about Vietnam?
Bro, record. Vietnam. They should do a Vietnam one.
Flamethrowers,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Napalm.
Oh yeah, put the flamethrowers back. Like I was so mad they took that out of Black Ops 2, son.
They
Please
had
bring the
that.
flamethrowers back.
They had that in World at War though.
Yeah,
That
but
flamethrowers
World
were
at War was the gay.
Oh, why you got
The gay. Vernacular with Tick.
It was the gay, son. Like I didn't
Going
like
back
that.
to Amazon, how did this leak? I want to know how do things like this keep leaking? How do you put something on your website and then people catch on to it and then you remove it?
They are
Like, how-
purposely leaking these
It,
things.
it
bro.
has to be.
If
They are
that's,
doing this on purpose.
if
It
that's the
builds
case,
hype.
then it must be true. Then yeah, like it's building hype
Yeah,
or whatever.
it is.
Yeah,
It
that's all it
definitely is.
is.
But I'm
They
not
know
hyped
Advanced
for a
Warfare
World
gonna
War
fail,
One
so
Were there
I'm not
were
hyped
there
for World War
were
One.
there tanks in World War One?
They
yeah, don't know.
I think it was just
don't think
coming
they
around
did.
the technology. I think it was just coming around. Like it wasn't mass produced. I don't think.
I don't think they had tanks in World War One. I think that was World War Two when they started getting those.
Yeah, so I'm saying mass produced. I don't know about this.
Yeah, it'll be trash, yo. Like I don't think it should be World War One. I hope it's World War Two again. People been asking for World War Two, not World War One.
I want a Vietnam. I would be interested in
yeah.
Call of Duty if they did Vietnam.
I would like, if they did did a Vietnam war, that'd be good. I
Put
would
some
actually like
Vietnam,
that.
get some Marvin Gaye playing in the background. Let's go.
They wouldn't use Marvin Gaye. They have they have that song.
Oh, what's Curtis Mayfield? I'm your pusher man. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be on there.
Oh,
Because you know everybody was junkies back then. So
I'm on my way to wave flag. Blue, the red, white, and blue.
what's the name? And other rumor news, the voice actor for Coltrane confirmed that he was on his way to Microsoft Studios to record some new some new voice acting for the next Gears of War. We already knew it was coming, but he was basically hyping it up. What do y'all want to see from a new Gears of War, or do you want to see one at all? Go ahead.
Coltrane,
Sid. This guy is on one today. What
Did you say go on tick, JG?
I didn't say that.
Are you trying to start problems? Okay,
I did not hear that either. I didn't hear that either.
Oh, okay. I thought you said go
some
ahead,
shit, bro.
Yeah, you on one today, bro. You had a Mighty Kids meal or something.
No, he said because you over there own
ready.
one. Yeah, he said because you own one, you might as well take the floor.
So what you want to say about it, Tick?
Go ahead, JG.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I know this dude. Hold on, y'all.
What?
I don't know what he on, but anyway.
Excuse Tick today, y'all. Excuse Tick.
I definitely want to see. First of all, these servers have to be right.
Yes.
Gears 3 did an okay job, but it still wasn't the best. It was better than Gears 2 though, definitely. And Judgment actually wasn't bad either as far as the servers. It was just the actual gameplay that was terrible, and it wasn't anything like the previous Gears. I honestly don't want to see them change much. Of course, don't make it like Judgment. You have to make it more like Gears 2. Do not introduce these whack weapons that are very, very cheating and basically just I don't even know, like it's not even like you're playing the game. Like the sawed off was some bullshit, and then in Judgment you made it 2 shots instead of 1.
Yeah,
already terrible at 1 shot,
oh
and then
my
you made it
God.
2 shots. It's like a gimmick weapon. Like I don't mind having it on the map, but don't make it an actual weapon that you can have from the start. It was just
Please don't
so terrible.
please don't add like some gimmick grenade, like the fucking shot grenade where you could stick it to a wall. Oh my God, no. What about you, man? Do you care about Gears of War?
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. I played that game like so much. I came into it like at the end of like PvP wise, like the end of 2 and a lot of 3. I played a lot of 3. I like the way how 3 handled it. Like JG said, dedicated servers for sure. No stopping power, take that out. The active reloads, you can let that go. But if they keep the movement and everything pretty much the same,
Wait, you like Gears with no active reload?
Yeah, active reload.
Get this man off the podcast. Get this man off the podcast.
no, y'all like active reload?
Yeah, because it takes skill when you're in the heat of the moment and you got to get that perfect reload. It rewards the skilled player.
So what about people who proactively and you run around that corner, you just get dumped on?
That's your fault.
That's how I play that game we play.
Talking about the people preloading, they just let their shells off and then get to reload.
Yeah, what's that game we
game,
played,
man.
dog?
I know it's a part
You
of the
gotta
game,
use
but
the
I like
Lancer.
DMR?
You gotta use the
DMR,
Lancer.
yeah, I be doing that all day as DMR, yo.
You gotta use the Lancer to counter that, though. You don't always gotta run on people with the shotgun.
I mean, I didn't it wasn't game breaking for me, nothing like that. I mean, if it's in it, that's fine. But I didn't really care for it, 'cause, like, you know, if you gotta use something powerful to beat me, you know, like an active shell or something like that, then you know, you use the crutch pretty much.
I don't know. Like to me, I never really found a real reason to be upset at that. To be honest, I didn't really even notice someone using the active reload on me when I was in the heat of the battle. It was generally up to me and my skills with the shotty,
right?
That
and
determined whether I won or lost. You had to be very, very good at navigating in order to outsmart your opponent, and that. Like Gears is truly a game of skill. Like if you're a scrub, you will get dealt with. And one thing about Gears 3 that I did not like is the fact that all of the assault rifles were actually almost more powerful than the shotguns. And yet stopping power with those, like the Lancer for example, because the Lancer was the strongest rifle as far as stopping power. That shit was terrible. Yeah, and it had no recoil.
I think that's the case of the developers listening to the community too much. A small vocal minority of crying because back in the original joints, like everybody just used the shotgun, so it felt like the Lancer was pointless. Right. But if you really played the game like that, the hammer burst is the most underrated weapon, and I love the hammer burst.
Hammer burst destroys,
it destroys motherfuckers, yo. It was a good ass weapon. So
is that where Scuff came from?
I'm back. Yeah.
I'm back now. Okay, that was my brother at my door. But the changes I would like to see is, I really don't want to see any changes. I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm totally against changing what works. Even though I think the controls are garbage. If they wouldn't have had it like that in the beginning, I'd have been fine with it. But I think the controls will go. I don't like that you got to use the A button to do everything. Prone on the wall, get off the wall, go to the other side of the wall. Because my issue when I used to play it was I try to get off one wall and I try to move when I see somebody run up on me, and this fool would go and put his back on the other wall, and I got blasted. And I used to hate that.
What was
Even
that
though I told
move?
this man you could change it.
What was that one mode, JG, that was in Judgment where one team was playing as humans and the other one was playing as the Locusts?
Overrun shit.
Oh,
you
it was
cut me
over.
off,
It was over something. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, I wasn't done, man. You just straight cut me off midway through the conversation, man. That's disrespectful, yo.
It's not somebody dead.
Hey, but nah, but yeah, I'm against, changing the game if the crowd loved it that way. And I think you should keep it that way. For example, I hate that they changed Call of Duty when Call of Duty 4 came out. I still hate that. A lot of people, that was their first Call of Duty, so they still love that one or the ones that came out after it. That's the reason I don't like Call of Duty. Everybody else hate Call of Duty just because everybody else hates it. I pretty much think, or some people might say, oh, because it was laggy. That's a good enough reason. But no, I hate it because they changed the game's mechanics from when I used to play Call of Duty. Once Call of Duty 4 came out, they made it real easy. And that was the problem with the Gears of War when Gears of War 3 and especially Judgment came out. They catered to the casual crowd, so they made it so the machine guns did more damage. Now I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the things I had a problem with on the older Gears of War. I felt that the machine guns should be a little deadlier, and the shotgun shouldn't, because every match was pretty much people just spinning around with shotguns pretty much, or sniper rifles. So I was like, in order to get the other weapons into the game, you should make them stronger so they'll actually be in the game and useful. So I thought that was a cool thing, and I actually was thinking about getting Gears of War 3 when that was out, but I don't know, those controls still kind of scared me. But like I said though, the reason for Judgment was so bad is because they changed a lot of the aspects of the game that people were used to. And if it's not broken, you shouldn't change it. You shouldn't fix it. And that was a mistake. And and you guys know I'm mad about the whole Rainbow Six Siege gameplay because it looks way different from the Rainbow Six I was used to. And now they changed it and made it look like it looks so much easier. I know everybody's saying it was an alpha in my comment section, but I've seen alphas come out and they came out just like the alpha footage when the game released. So I don't really go off of, it's just alpha. Most of the time they just add, they might clean up the graphics and clean up the physics and stuff like that a little bit, and then that's the game. So I don't really go off of that idea. But like I said, I don't know, if they do bring out a new Gears of War, they need to go back to, I guess, Gears of War 2 or at least Gears of War 3 and how that played. That's how I feel about it.
I just Googled it.
Overrun.
Yeah, it's Overrun. Yeah, that was the one spot I think in Judgment. They should definitely bring that back with old school Gears gameplay. Give us some new weapons. Do some new weapons and add new maps or whatever, and I'd be happy with it. Give me 1080p 60 FPS.
There's no reason whatsoever why you would want to take away the Locust. Yes, get me down but not out. Don't listen to crybabies who think that that's a final stand or last stand from Call of Duty. Stupid asses. Can't believe somebody said that. I was still mad at that.
See, and I see why I was mad at Rainbow Six. You just don't change somebody's game,
They said everybody got final stand. There are no perks and gears. Stupid asses. You could tell you played too much Call of Duty if you think that there were perks and gears. There's a vital thing that happens. You should have the option to get back up instead of just bleeding out. It depends on what game mode that you're playing. If you're playing execution, no, you shouldn't get back up. If you're playing team deathmatch, what is the big deal with getting back up?
Right. You didn't kill me. I should be rewarded.
Right. It's it's your job to get rid of me. That's the whole point. If I'm down, kill me.
Oh, here's something they could add though. If they do bring down but not out back in the game, now could they do it how Black Ops, how they updated the game when you would put someone in the last stand and somebody else would kill them, you still got the kill and they got the assist? If you down that person, you should get the kill. No matter if somebody ran up there and executed them, you should get that kill because you were the one that put that man down.
I just got a problem with kill stealing.
Yeah,
I've seen people do it a lot, It's
infuriating.
What happened on 3 though is if you actually did that, if you down somebody but another person killed you, you got the majority of the points.
Yeah, they went on a point system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So once they
Yeah.
changed it, then it became, it was more acceptable. But I still like getting my kills.
Well, I
by
still
down
wanted
the
to
first.
say I wanted to kill. That's my ratios. Shoot.
Yeah.
People care about ratios nowadays. I wanted to say
Yep.
kill
Yeah.
on my screen.
Right.
Yeah, so
It is.
that's about points.
It is what it is. What's the name? If y'all don't have nothing else to add to that conversation,
I mean, point is, don't change the game. Like,
do not feel some type of way.
do not change the game, because Judgment was shit. And I remember I made a video and people were mad. I'm like, yo, this game is terrible. I'm
It
sorry.
was.
This is not
It
the
was.
Gears. It's not the
I think I
Gears that we
uploaded, like,
remember.
2 videos
Man.
on that thing.
Yeah, they had the customizing in Gears Judgment. I mean, like it was just weird. It was
That,
weird.
I mean, that was cool, like being able to actually, change your actual COD uniform. But
yeah,
I
but
was
like
mad that they
the
didn't have
paints on the
locusts.
guns and stuff. That was weird to me. Like it just didn't feel like Gears.
I like that too, though. That got introduced in Gears 3, but they went overboard on Judgment.
Put kill streaks in the game.
Call of Duty
No.
doesn't put weed on your gun.
No.
Kill streaks and perks.
No.
No. They already tried to give it the Call of Duty controls. They didn't work out too well.
Halo
They did?
bring back
Yeah, they
the
changed the
elites,
controls up.
and Gears bring back the locusts. I don't know
Yeah.
what's your problem with having them in multiplayer,
And
but you're gonna have them in the
And
actual story.
Take out those what are those things called that you can call in on Halo, yo? Like the weapons and stuff. Take those out.
The ordinance.
Ordnance, yeah, take that out the game, man.
Isn't that like a kill feed though?
It's kind of like it. You just build up this meter. Even if you die, you still build it up every time you get a kill or something, and then you'll be able to call the ordinance. And
Right, yeah.
Interesting. All right. Sunset Overdrive. They released a new multiplayer trailer. I think most of it. Did you see it, Nomad?
Yes, I did.
All right. I know JG and Tick seen it. How y'all feel about Sunset Overdrive? Because I'm not really liking what I've seen from the
Meh.
multiplayer.
Well, multiplayer I don't really care for. The story, I'm definitely gonna get it for that.
There's a
I-
story?
actually-
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
This guy.
I thought you
These guys
just run
on that
around in
PC
circles
throwing
and
too
kill.
hard.
I thought you just run around circles and shoot monsters and orange soda come out of them or
No,
something.
because even when you said that it reminded you of Dead Rising also has a story.
Oh, it
Yeah.
I like the
does.
same. This oh my god,
Does.
Tick.
This guy, yeah.
It really does.
Yes.
There's a
Multiplayer
reason I
look
haven't
alright.
bought Dead Rising.
For those who haven't seen it, the multiplayer is literally Gears of War Horde mode.
It
And it just for something that's just been touting itself as like kind of innovative and new. I was really disappointed with the multiplayer review. I was like, I might play it, but Hopefully the story mode lets you do co-op. Because I hope that's not what they're talking about as far as co-op. Just some tower defense bullshit. Because I mean that's not a reason to buy an Xbox One.
Sounds like a rental to me.
Yeah.
Nope, definitely not.
Sounds like a rental.
So I just hope that who is it? Insomniac makes that.
Right.
Yeah, the same people that used to make
Ratchet and
Ratchet and Clank. So did they leave Sony now, or are they
I
now
think it's
Xbox?
independent.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
they're independent now,
independent.
okay. That's probably why you haven't seen the Ratchet and Clank. Now that sucks. Sony, y'all need to put the money up, get them back, boy.
They doing the same thing just like what Bungie did when they love Microsoft.
They said
It's
times
straight
is
companies.
hard. Times is hard. They gotta get it where how they live. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say they can go to the highest bidder.
Well,
Hey, so we tired of making exclusives for y'all, so we're gonna make it for the other consoles.
It is what it is. How about Cliffy B? We were just talking about Gears of War. This kind of pertains to it. Cliffy B announced on Twitter this week, that he's making his comeback to the gaming industry. He's been gone like a whole year and a half in retirement, and he came instantly back. But this is the interesting part of the conversation. He said he's working on his next game, and he's saying that he's been gearing more towards the PC community because they have the best community. And this is not.
boy.
Listen. This is not gloating. We're telling you what he said. He said PC has the best community, and that's why he's developing for PC. We were speculating maybe what we thinks that he could be working on. What would y'all
Real
like
tournament.
to see?
Unreal Tournament.
He won't be working on
No
Bring it
doubt.
back.
No doubt. I would like to see him. If he can't get the IP, you got to make another arena shooter similar to it. I would love to see an arena shooter come
But he
back.
said he's focusing on. He said he wants to make arena shooters.
Cliffy B knows, dog. He couldn't stay away from long. He was
Oh,
just
you
sitting
know
there.
that.
He was just sitting there counting his money, man.
Right.
And he was like, this game community sucks. Let me go ahead and make a game again. I'm gonna get back in the lab.
Let me show them how to do it. Yeah, we've been playing. If y'all been following our streams, hitbox.tv/ModernWarNegro. you see, we've been playing. Me and JD been playing Unreal Tournament 2004. I used to play that shit all throughout high school, and I just forgot. That's the first time I played it since high school. I forgot how fun arena-based shooters are, and maybe also because I'm good at it too. But I enjoy those Twitch-based shooters, and I'd like to see a comeback of that genre. So that's all I got to say.
Loadout brought me back to reality with that. I mean, even though it's third person, it was still arena type shooter. It reminded me how fun they were, and I was like, man, this game is fun. Like, Loadout was like really good. So if they bring this back, so what makes Loadout different is like you actually already customize your weapon. You have that weapon the whole time.
Yeah.
Arena shooter is there's a weapon you start with, and then there's other power weapons all scattered across, around the arena. Along with that, you have like power ups like shields and like boots to make you go faster, ones that make you jump higher, that makes you more athletic, things like that. Then if you put tanks in it, just like Unreal Tournament 2004, that's gonna be a game. That's gonna be a game.
Amazing. Anything you want to add to it, Nomad, or not?
Nah, not really. Like you said, Cliff B, Twitch-based shooter is definitely a winning combo if he got the right team behind him. He can't do it just off the name alone. So
yeah. For
Well,
those
he should put his name in the title.
Cliffy B.
I don't know, man, because he's like arguably like the most famous person in the game industry. Yeah, so I actually think he could get a good following based off his name, and also since he's gearing more towards the PC community, that the PC community loves that man. So I think he'll do a good job no matter who's behind him.
And another good thing about those shooters were those were the only shooters you really can have 1v1s in tournament matches. Remember Fatality and people like that, and Wonder Boy and all that? They used to have 1v1 battles.
That used to be amazing. That was for me, the first glimpse into competitive video games, because Fatality is like the first one to actually do it and show that he was successful.
He did golden child.
True.
Cliffy B Productions presents a Cliffy B game by Cliffy B. And for those of you who are in the dark and don't even know what we're talking about, Cliffy B is the guy that if you're a real gamer and you've been watching E3 for years now, he came on stage with the chainsaw gun and all that shit. The orange hair one, in case you're those are in the dark, they don't know. But since we're talking about PC, let's move into my PC section of my notes. Crytek is in trouble of going out of business. Apparently their Crytek engine is not selling like hotcakes. And if you're unaware, if you're a game developer, you can rent the Crytek engine for $20 a month via Steam and create your own games. So if you want to do that. Help them out. They are in trouble. You guys take a guess why you think maybe Crytek would be in trouble of going out of business?
Well, their games don't sell much. A lot of people don't like their games. I don't have a problem with the games. Like, a lot of people talk about Crysis 2, and Crysis 2. They say it's not fun. I don't know about y'all, but I be having lots of fun playing those games.
I wouldn't say it's boring, but it's not amazing. Let's be real here. You and I both know amazing. The Crysis series is just a mark of your PC specs. Like, it's a show off, a game to show off your graphics.
The graphics look nice, but I enjoy using a super suit and being able to grab people and toss them real far if I want to use strength, or I can go invisible, sneak up behind them and take them out, stuff like that. You find a game like Crysis, which has a lot more that you can do that you actually control, and it looks good, but you will say the game is boring, and you're chalking up to the story being boring. I don't pay attention to stories regardless. I played so many games and beat them, and I can't tell you what's happening in the whole story at all. But I play games because of, if it's fun, I'm having fun playing it. I don't care about a story. I'm not here for a story. If I want to watch a story or a movie, I'll go spend $10 at the movie theater and do that. But I don't really care about stories.
Would you rank Crysis in the elite FPSs in that category?
I would
top
actually.
tier?
I actually would. I think the game is very good, especially the first one. I mean, it was open world and had ridiculous graphics. Even to this day, that game, it was optimized crap, like horribly though. But even to this day, like even the newer cards still struggle to run that game on the highest settings. The problem was with Crysis 2 was it was kind of, they set a path for you instead of it being open world. But it was still a real good game, and I actually enjoyed that one a little bit more. I didn't play Crysis 3 yet, but I do plan on getting it, so I will be trying that one out. But I had fun with it. Like, I really think it should be ranked high up there with the elite shooters.
Interesting. What about you, JJ?
I think there's the reason why they're going out of business, because I think a lot of people were upset about them dumbing down the graphics when Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 came out. I know a lot of people from the PC community did not like that at all, and I think that they're coming in under fire a little bit because of that, and because I know that their engine cost a lot at first. Even though I remember on the some podcasts back, we were talking about that they're actually allowing you to lease it for a cheaper price. But I mean, they have a very good engine, so I would hope that with that price drop for allowing people to actually use the engine for their games, that they would actually get some money. But I guess not. We'll have to see what's going on.
To help them out though about that whole Crysis 2 thing, yeah, they did dumb down the graphics. They did a Watch Dogs on us, but you know what they did that Watch Dogs hasn't done? They dropped the DirectX 11 patch that was only for the PCs that actually made the graphics look ridiculous. And at that time, like I remember seeing that for the first time, I was like, wow, like that is ridiculously looking, like good looking. And still to this day, it still looks better than a lot of games that still come out nowadays. Like it still looks better than those. And it runs properly. Like I get 60 plus frames, 90 frames or something like that with my two SLI 780s on maxed out. So the game still looks good, and they did drop a patch to make the graphics better. So if anything, people shouldn't be upset about that because they did listen.
True.
They went back and fixed it.
I think it's like Tick said. I don't think people would be buying their games like that. What's that game they had on Xbox One? The Rome game. What was that?
Rise.
Yeah, Rise. Wasn't that shit trash supposedly?
That one was trash.
Nah, well, hold on, whoa.
It looked good, but it was trash. I played it, man.
Right.
I played it. It
All
was
right.
boring. It was kind of repetitive, but go ahead.
Nah. All right, so check it out. I played it when it first, because I bought the Xbox when it came out, so it was one of the games I bought. The story was awesome. The graphics were awesome. It was just short. You can literally beat the game in like almost 2.5 hours. You know, if you're not looking for like stuff like that. The game was short, and the multiplayer was like not really desired, honestly. But a reason I think they're in trouble is because like JG said, was the engine. The engine like so advanced that it takes a lot to maintain that thing. And if they rent it out for 20, they're not making a lot of return on investment on that at all. So that's pretty much where all that's coming from. And the game wasn't on multi-plats in the first place, so.
I just don't feel like
does cost.
I don't feel like they have a game that just stand I wouldn't go as far as to say what people are saying Crysis is boring. I don't think it's boring, but I don't think it's that great. I think it's like above average shoot. I just don't feel like they have a game that just really stands out for gameplay, because they just put out Warface on a 360 and PC, and I don't know, like it's an okay game. It's free to play, but they need to focus more on the gameplay. Like I should be able to kill someone with one headshot, but they got armor on, so somehow they survive. Like I don't get it.
What shooter nowadays can you do that on other than Counter-Strike?
What was that one shooter that we used to play for like a month?
Yeah, but even on that game, when we played that, after the people upgraded their armor, it still took two or more shots to take their heads off. Like even on that, like you got armor upgrades, and it still took a bit of shots to kill them in the head. So that you still couldn't even count.
Like loadout when they were, because I played it since your alpha build all the way to what it was now. Like their sniper was literally a one-shot headshot kill. But then a lot of people complained about it, and then they took it out. It made it like a 2.5 shot, so it made it like super weak.
They're weird.
Weird. Yeah, any game with a sniper, when you shoot somebody with a sniper, it's normally always going to be a headshot kill, because snipers are normally supposed to be like the strongest gun in the game. I mean, it's a high velocity rifle, so it's supposed to be strong. But then you get those people that complain about it, because gamers nowadays don't like to be beaten. There's a lot of crybabies.
This goes back to what I was saying before we started this show. Gaming is more popular than ever. There's a lot of gamers, but I feel like a lot of gamers don't realize they're casuals. There's nothing wrong with being a casual. I don't want anybody thinking that, but they think they're hardcore gamers, but they're casual. Like one shot to the head, you should be dead. Matter of fact, don't actually do this, but if you put a pistol to your head and you pull the trigger, do you think you survive? Like, I'm just saying. Like, do you think you'll survive? Like,
bro. Imagine you had to catch yourself on that one.
Yeah, because I feel like some kid would be dumb enough to do some shit like that. Like, don't do that. But I'm saying, if you put a pistol to your head, do you think it's and that's a pistol? So what do you think a 50 cal would do? A 50 cal bullet can go through a tank. And you mean to tell me that can't kill a head? Like a headshot won't kill him? Like, come on, bro.
And for people wanting games to be more realistic, isn't this one thing that you would actually want to be in a game? I mean, you shoot somebody in the head, they die. That's realistic. Yeah. Like, I don't understand.
I mean, don't even do that on Battlefield. Like, so many times I got upset because I could see someone's head poking out and I hit it. And I just get a hit marker.
It was in Battlefield 4, Tick. I'm telling you, before you got it, and the patch came out.
It looked
start
at
crying.
my review, I was doing headshots, and then the game came out with the patch, and I just stopped sniping after that. I was like, they nerfed it. No, like
Yeah, because the rifles used to get one-shot kills back then. Like when I first got it, it was one-shot kill snipers. Like most of them used to one-shot you, and then they nerfed the mess out of them again because it was like that on Battlefield 3 too until they started nerfing them.
What was that one game that was realistic that didn't do too well that came out not too long ago? I think Ethos put something on it.
Oh,
like it was like
Insurgency.
that game is
that game.
Oh, Insurgency.
They go a realistic game for you.
Well, Insurgency, that game is real. The only problem with that game is they don't have a lot of modes in it, and I think they have like 2 modes or something or 3 modes, and it's kind of they don't really spice it up. There's no background music or anything like that.
It's plagued by campers. I have the game.
Yeah, and campers. Yeah, it's stuff that they could add to to make it play better. I mean, like I told ModernWarNegro, there's a difference between wanting a realistic game. Like when I say I want the game to be realistic, I want it to be fun and realistic. Like it has to be a median.
We've had this discussion numerous times.
Yes, we have.
So calm.
Yeah, like SOCOM or
right.
Definitely the very first Call of Duty, like that game, it still had that fast-paced gameplay. But when it came to the weapons, when you fired your weapons, you had to know how to control your aim. You couldn't spray and pray. Most of the shots were hip-fired if you wanted to actually hit somebody. And you had to hip-fire someone either crouching or prone because that increased your aim every time you got lower, which is realistic because if you're laying down, you don't have a lot of hiccuping going on because it's actually resting on the ground or on your arm. And also, if you shot somebody in the head, unless if it was an assault rifle or a regular rifle, if you shot somebody in the head, they died one shot. Originally, I thought it was any weapon, like I thought it was a pistol that could do it, but a pistol didn't one-shot you on there. They didn't have that until Call of Duty 3, which if you did shoot somebody with a pistol in the head, they died instantly. It didn't matter. So, like, you gotta have it like that. You gotta have that fast-paced funness in the game, still have that realistic gameplay in there to make it so you at least have some kind of a skill. Like I'm tired of getting on Call of Duty or Battlefield and everybody on there can pretty much just run and gun you. And then the thing is, the developers think that if they make the game more casual, everybody can feel like they're good. But even if you're a decent player at Call of Duty, there's always going to be someone who's more of a tryhard that's going to get way better than you are, and you're going to still be that noob that goes like 3 and 15 in the game. Like it doesn't matter what you do. I just need to go back and somebody just needs to do it. Somebody needs to just go hard and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna put out a semi-fast paced game that's on Call of Duty speed, the same mechanics and everything, but still make it realistic with headshots and gun recoil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just need somebody to do it.
Please. And since we're talking about studios being closed down, the developers of Murder Soul Suspect, their studio is in danger of being closed down. And that game
already gone.
It's already gone?
Yeah, they're selling it.
Fixed it. Okay, so and that game just came out like 2-3 weeks ago. Like why do y'all think so many studios are getting shut down left and right?
A lot of people blame it on GameStop.
What did GameStop do?
The whole selling and reselling games and stuff like that. But I don't know, like what I said earlier, I think is either they're selling the games too cheap because we went into next gen.
Who was selling their games at GameStop?
There's a lot of
it's 2014. You don't know that you're gonna get $2 for your new game. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, GameStop they're already opening up for taking Kinect sensors now. They're taking Xbox One Kinect sensors.
Well, I mean, that's the only. To be honest, that's the only place that's gonna buy them. Nobody wants that shit.
But yeah, like people still sell the games. It could be that, or it could even be us PC gamers. We got the websites that we get games even brand new. We can get them for like $37 or $40.
That's
or something like that. Yeah, some of the Russian sites. So like that could be hurting them because they're not getting the sales. We're not supporting. Even I have to give Zaire. I have to give him this one. I gotta give him this one. This is like the only smart thing this dude's ever said. We like gaming, but we're not supporting our hobby. And paying for the games, a straight $60, we're not doing that. And it's wiping out some of these companies. That might be one of the issues that's wiping them out. And I mean, there's more to it, but that's also something that's affecting it. So that's my reason behind it.
I said just like I said earlier, I think it's a lot of casual gamers that don't realize they're casual, but they swear they're hardcore, and they buy Call of Duty, Madden, and 2K every year, but then they won't try nothing else, and then these companies go out of business, and then these be the same people complaining, oh, it's no original games out, but you didn't give game A and B a chance, and I think that's one of the issues too. It's a lot of just delusional gamers.
So more of the story, it's people that aren't trying out new games.
Right.
That is making all of these companies go out of business. Even companies that we've been around for a long time and we play their games. Capcom. Crytek, THQ. All of these companies are going down and they've been making games for years. But it was kind of their fault too. In some cases, like Capcom, for example, and we went in on them last week. THQ kind of had the same thing happen as well. But I think that they were actually making more games. They weren't sticking to the same games that Capcom was.
The final nail in the coffin for THQ is when EA bought UFC, because that was a moneymaker for them.
Yeah. Besides that and wrestling, both of those THQ had for a minute. Once those left, THQ really didn't have anything else behind them that they could really sell like that. They didn't have that monster IP, so they ended up going out of business.
I thought they sold those after they went out of business, though.
What?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, like the wrestling game, like before they were out of business, they still dropped a wrestling game under them.
I thought EA managed to seize it from them, but never mind. I could be wrong. Don't
2K
quote me.
2K makes a wrestling game, though. 2K makes them.
Don't quote me then.
Yeah, now they do.
Yeah,
so 2K bought wrestling
14, 2K14 was sold. Was still on the THQ.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Either 14 or 13 is one of those that
14.
was before they went belly up.
Interesting. So I hope I don't know. I hope y'all the moral stories. I hope y'all start trying new games out. Give things a chance, especially since a lot of this stuff be on Steam sales. You never know. You might like something. Go ahead.
If not, they might need to. Like I said, they might need to kick the prices of games up to 70.
Yeah,
because they know going to be complaining.
Yeah, people are going to be complaining, but they're going to buy it. They're going to buy it. It don't matter.
I'm not gonna buy a $70 Call of Duty. Gonna be the first one in line at the midnight launch.
Man, I got nothing else to play. I might as well. So yeah, people gonna buy it. It doesn't matter. We've already seen that gamers pretty much don't have any backbone. You could throw anything. You could charge them to play their games online and charge them for stuff that should have been in the game already, like DLCs or microtransactions. They're still gonna pay for it. It doesn't matter. They can cry all they want about it, and they're still gonna put their money in on it. So
yeah, they're still gonna buy those games. But back to what NWN was saying, that people aren't playing these new games. If you raise the price $10 more, and if it's a single player game that has absolutely no multiplayer, yeah, they're really not gonna buy it, because they're gonna be like, no, fuck that $10 more. I already don't want to buy the game if I can play it once and then give it right back.
JG brought up a good point though.
I do that too.
The multiplayer, we totally forgot about that. You got these gamers out here won't buy nothing just because it doesn't have multiplayer.
Another thing that
that's the thing. Yeah,
I want to. Only game I bought that didn't have a multiplayer was Metro, and that's only because I played Metro.
But you said you're getting The Last of Us.
That has a
multiplayer.
Yeah, it does. Good point. Hey, but I don't play that shit. Well, go ahead though.
The only one I bought recently was Metro, and that was because I played 2033, and I bought that on sale, and I liked the game, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy Metro last night when it comes out. I bought it.
So you have these companies that want to make single player games, or they want to spend most of their time on single player, but then you have the casual gamers that don't want to buy it. And then if they tack on the multiplayer, it's usually half-assed, like Tomb Raider, for example.
Right.
That was the main game that it was a very terrible multiplayer, wasn't well done, but they put it out because they knew that people wouldn't buy it unless it had some sort of multiplayer. So I feel like the gamers now are helping and hurting the gaming industry as a whole. Like, I feel like you all do need to actually try out more games.
Wolfenstein, I have that too. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm doing Let's Play on the Game Fanatic Plays on YouTube. Game Fanatic Plays, still got going strong on that Wolfenstein Let's Play. Go ahead, check it out.
I don't think people realize, like, do y'all know, like, y'all can replay your games. Like, it's okay to play it at a harder difficulty through a second time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like people replay their games anymore.
But if it's the same story, I wouldn't want to do it. Now there are games I've done this before but this was before online. So this was back on the PlayStation 2 days before they really broke into the online stuff. Because I remember playing, I played Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, I beat that game about 3 times. I beat Metal Gear Solid 3 about 4 or 5 times. So there are games that I have done it on, but this, like I said, this was before I got into online gaming. And after that, like, I seldomly want to buy a game if it doesn't have online now, because I like to compete. So I like to see if I'm better than you in the game. So I like to get it just to, face other people around the world. And I feel like if I pay $60 for a game, it has to be worth $60. A lot of these single player games, they're not long anymore. Like, if I'm paying $60, like, I want it to be longer than like 4 or 5 hours. Like, it has to be like, if I'm playing it constantly, I want it to take like 2 days for me to beat it. For instance, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. When I had that, I was playing that game every day constantly, and it still took me 2 weeks, but it was only because I got sick. And I had to, I couldn't play the game for like 3 days or so, but it took me 2 weeks to beat it. So it probably would have taken a week or so, but yeah, it was a long game. It was a lot that I could do on it, and that's the kind of single player experience I'm looking for. I don't want a game where I can go through the story and beat it in one day. Like, I had tons of games, so I did that on, and I felt ripped off.
Yeah, so that's another thing, Tig. I mean, you brought up a great point. The online aspect, I think that's another thing that definitely changed gaming as a whole. And that may be another thing that is killing these companies, especially if they want to focus on single player instead. So my suggestion would just be make the single player longer. You don't have to put out a multiplayer, in my opinion. And if you are, you better make sure that it's as good as a single player aspect.
Make it long and compelling.
Make it harder. Make it compelling. Add a lot of things you can do in it. Have a good story. I don't really care about stories, but a lot of people do. Then it'll be good.
Just make sure if it is hard that it's not because the mechanics are broken.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing for the PC section. Yo, what is up with all these simulators? Have y'all noticed this trend going on? Goat simulator, cat, rocket simulator. What the fuck is
simulator?
There's a shopping simulator?
Yeah, I saw a computer simulator, bro. A simulator.
I'm gonna need these developers to stop doing this shit, because because this is like when we try to convince people to come over to try the PC, they're gonna be like, I don't want to play no rock simulator, fuck PC. Like it just makes us look stupid. You wanna play rock simulator though?
It's like what's that movie called, yo? Where it was a dream in the dream.
Inception.
It was somebody linked me to the simulator, dog, and it was a laptop sitting on the table with the same laptop on the inside of the screen, and it was just kept going through with the same laptop, and it was like some kind of a simulator. I was like, are you stupid? Like, really? It was.
I'm gonna need them to cut that shit out. That's all I wanted to say.
It seemed like some shit that should be on like iOS or something, like a mobile game. I don't want to play this shit on the PC. You gotta be kidding me, a simulator, no.
I mean, I think the game that sparked it all off was there was some what's those comedian magicians named Bill and something, Ted or something, whatever.
This man said Bill and Ted.
I forgot their names, yo, but it's somebody. There's those comedians up in Los Angeles, and they do magic tricks. They had a video game that came out. I think it was on a Sega CD, and one of the things that you could do on there was called a bus simulator. And they made it legit like a bus. You had to drive, and all you were doing was just driving to for hours and hours. And the goal was you had to drive to Los Angeles, but they put it in real time. So it really took the amount of time that it would take to get to Los Angeles from where you were. And all you were doing was driving in a straight line, pretty much, or turn. It had some little turns in there, but most of the time you were driving in a straight line. I was like, yo, are you serious? And that was the whole game. And they did it just to be funny. They did it to be funny, to see who was going to drive the longest and actually make it there. And if you actually did, you would get free tickets to their show in Los Angeles. Like, they'll actually get you on a real bus and take you down there. So they did it as a joke, though. But like, I think that started off that trend of weird simulating games. It's getting out of hand, yo.
I never heard about that, but that's crazy. If that was the thing that literally started it, I don't know what to say.
I don't know if it really started. I just think like it might have, like,
Goat simulator.
gave people, yeah, that game.
I mean, that's the thing that really like made it popular. But I was seeing simulators even before Goat Simulator.
Yeah,
so I was just
Surgeon
surprised I was just surprised that Goat Simulator was the one that really just sparked it off.
I think Surgeon Simulator started it off, or the truck simulating games where you had to drive trucks and stuff like that,
yeah.
like
Oh my
Ambulance
God,
Simulator
that
and
shit,
stuff
yo.
like that.
No, what really started was The Sims. What you know about that?
Oh, The Sims was a game though.
That was the true simulator though.
It was. That was a game. Yo. I used to play that a lot back
That's what
on
soccer
back on a
moms.
Windows 98 computer.
Yeah, now it is. I used to play
Yeah,
it.
now
I
it
ain't gonna
is. Back in
lie.
the day, it was cool.
I played the first and the second
What was
one.
different
It was
back
fun.
in the day?
I don't know. It just wasn't too girly. Like, it wasn't all about find your relationship and make your character fall in love and all. It wasn't really like that. It was pretty much you could be a single male, you could be a single dad, or something like that. And it was pretty much just trying to see how long you could survive, or if you can get rich and all that stuff like that, and start a family. It was a cool game. Like, you could call, like, go online for like a dating site and meet women, and then try to hit it off with them. And then after a while, she'll move in. Then you can have a baby, take care of the baby, while doing so you find good jobs and get your house built up and stuff like that. Like, it was cool.
Interesting. So I definitely gonna be living as a rock and rock simulator. That's enough PC news. How about that Sony PlayStation news? Now normally we do this for Nintendo, but we're gonna cut on the sad music for Sony. Sony has announced that a PS4 bundle for The Last of Us is coming out. But here's the catch. It's only in Europe. How you feel about that, Tick?
I'm mad about it because I wanted that bundle because I really was going to get the PlayStation 4 around when Last of Us comes out so I can buy it because I didn't have a PS3. And why would they drop it in Europe? And that's like the second thing I think they've actually made exclusive in Europe. Like, what's going on with that? Are they paying like extra for things? Like, why is that going on?
I'm pretty sure America has a bigger market too. Like, so like from a business standpoint, I don't get it either. Like, not that I was
trying to
buy
fail
it.
Sony. Like,
Because apparently there's a big fan base of people who didn't play The Last of Us on a PS3. So I'm sure that if a bundle came out and they really wanted The Last of Us, they would have gotten this one.
like Jay,
So,
me and you
bring it
didn't. Oh, you had it, but I'd have bought it. I'd have definitely bought it for
And
that.
they did the same thing when the PS4 came out in Europe. They came out with an exclusive European PS4 Vita bundle. Where is that stateside? You want your Vita to survive? Bundle that bitch.
Yep, true.
Man,
It's all good. They don't make no games on it anyway. They just want to do indies.
don't say that. They got
They don't.
JRPGs. They got JRPGs.
But when was the last one that came out though?
I can get up and I can just read off my Vita collection, but I'm too lazy. I got about
3DS
10 or
will drop
15 games.
3DS will drop. Nintendo will drop like 6 games on their 3DS before before Sony will
And
drop one.
and it's all the same shit that we played already. Kirby Deluxe, fucking Yoshi's Island, and
True.
like I was playing Yoshi's Island on my 3DS, and I kid you not, I was like 5-10 minutes into that bitch, and I was like, yo, this is I think there was 2 other Yoshi Islands or one other before this one, and I was like, yo, this is the same shit from Super Nintendo back in the 90s. It's the same exact game. I was
They
like,
got RPGs though, and on the 3DS too though.
they got what game?
They got Fire Emblem or something.
Yeah, they got Fire
They got,
Emblem, and then they got another one. Like it's called The Awakening or some shit like that. I don't know.
What about
shit.
that Project X game? What it was called?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. I never heard
Game
of that.
with the game with the Tekken and Street Fighter guys on there.
Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah.
X-Zone, Project something.
Project Cross Zone. I played that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Vita has more JRPGs. If you like JRPGs, pick the Vita. I think everybody just picking on the Vita and everybody being biased and just not buying it
pretty much
for no damn reason.
It's definitely that.
Vita price need to drop.
That too. And I will give Sony, this is a stupid thing they did. They want to make the Vita, but they want to make it so you have to get their SD card, which costs about $40 for like 4 gigabytes. Like, get out of here.
I paid.
I thought they learned their lesson.
I paid $120, I think, for the 64 gigabyte joint. So it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's like, and
come
you need a big memory card because what's the name? If you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get 2-3 games every month for free. That's 3-4 gigabytes. You need a big memory card, so that's how they be getting you. It's bullshit.
Yeah, that was real stupid.
It was like the Borderlands 2 bundle. But you had to wind up buying an extra card because you had to download the game because it didn't have enough memory on the card at all.
Wow. And another sad news. This isn't really Sony. It's both Xbox and Sony. Tick found this piece of news. He wanted to talk about it. I don't know why. But
I
Destiny, Destiny will be
I
rated T
told
for
you to take
teen.
that out of there.
Yeah, well, you exposed. It will be rated T for teen. It's not going to be rated mature. Go ahead. What did you want to say about this?
I told you to take it out. That's what I want to say about it.
All right, well, since the sad music is still on, let's go ahead and move on over to Nintendo. Mr. Miyamoto, Nintendo's frontman, the creator of Zelda, Donkey Kong, and Mario Classics, is firing shots at Sony and Microsoft. Now, I'm basically going to read off this quote. Basically, he was saying that creativity has been stifled and immaturity is prevailing in today's gaming. And here is his exact quotes. Many people follow the same direction to make their video games. I believe this is the relevance of creative maturity on a part of the creators in the video game industry. My comment may be at risk of being misinterpreted, but in the digital content field, I think that our creativity is still immature. In the world of comic books, movies, there are people who are challenging themselves to be even more creative than before in creating their content. I believe that we are still in a transitional period that will eventually step up in phase where we expand and enrich the substance of our creativity. So it sounds like he's calling out developers for these other games, basically saying that the Broforce FPS shooters are what's dominating and we can basically do better. How y'all feel about that?
Man, pot me kettle. What is he talking about? Talking about creativity and immaturity. Can we count the millions of Mario games, the Donkey Kongs, Zeldas that you have come out with that have been basically the same or oversaturated? I understand changing a few things and of course changing the story, but you're basically talking about yourself and with that comment. I understand what he's trying to say, but he has to really point the finger at himself also with that statement.
In 2013, there was like 3 Mario games. There's already gonna be a bunch coming out in 2014. And then on top of that, you're talking about enriching and creating substance for our games. How about you create some substance for the Wii U online platform? Why does Mario Kart not have online voice chat, or most of the games on Wii U? Matter of fact, why are Nintendo fans cool with not having voice chat? Like, are y'all just anti-social? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's the point? Honestly, what's the point of playing online if you can't chat? That defeats the purpose to me.
It really does. It really does. Like,
they might add it when Smash comes out.
Yeah, like even though, they still want to focus on gaming in the household with your friends, when you're gaming with your friends, you're still talking. So if you're going to have an online aspect, you should give people the option to talk.
Who does that anymore, though? Like, most of Nintendo, they've forgotten that we've grown up. We don't do that. We don't have time for that. We work. We have.
My friends live in other states.
Yes, yeah. They live in other states. Like, we don't want to do that, and we don't want them in our house either. So, true. Like, we're not going to do that. So it's better to have the online chat and all that good stuff. Nintendo just needs to realize we are adults now. That generation in the 80s, we're not kids anymore. In the 80s and 90s, we're not kids. We're grown.
Yeah, so is he calling people immature because we don't want to play kiddie games anymore? Is that it? I
think he's talking more about developers constantly creating immature content, but that's a reflection of the market. That's what these little stank ass kids want. I don't want it, but that's unfortunately Call of Duty sells, and it is what it is. He doesn't understand Western culture, is what it seems like.
Yeah, they're still stuck back in the day, like y'all said. They're stuck in the 80s, early 90s, and the kids of today don't even think like how the kids of the 80s and 90s are. So you gotta have something that can grab attention for more than a couple
Some of them
minutes.
still do, though. Some of them still do.
My thing.
Some of them still have that they want to play little Mario Yoshi game.
And I feel like that's an immature mindset. Forget the developers. I mean, the people who are actually playing your game still are immature in my eyes.
Who are you to say who someone can create and what another person can't? Like, how about you just focus on creating more mature and enriched substance games or whatever? Because, like you said, JG said, they've been rehashing the same shit over and over. Where's the maturity?
Where's Metroid?
Where's Metroid? That's a mature game. I'd like to see that with substance.
Where's Trojan? That was a Nintendo game back in the day that was very mature. What
Metroid Online would kill. Metroid Online would kill. Like, where is that? Where is it? I don't know.
It would actually be good.
I respect Miyamoto, but I don't know what this dude is on, man. Star Fox.
He mad nobody buying his games.
Star Fox. He really was that Star Fox stuff. Every time.
I do love Star Fox. That's one of my favorite franchises. I can't lie.
Do a battle roll.
Yeah, do a battle roll.
I think he's just trying to start some stuff again, honestly. So
it is what it is.
Nintendo's known for dirty marketing and stuff anyway. So.
And more sad news. This is supposed to be positive, but It's kind of sad. Platinum Games wants a Bayonetta 3, and honestly, I said
What?
What? What?
Okay, why do y'all keep saying what now?
What'd you say what for?
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's-
figure out what y'all said what for. I was
No.
saying
Go ahead, man,
Platinum.
continue.
Yeah, I was saying Platinum Games wants to make a Bayonetta 3, and I was saying this could be positive, but it's really sad because Nintendo's the only one that's gonna pick up Bayonetta 3. Like no other company wants that. I mean,
Well,
that's
they
what-
want to make it for Nintendo.
They want to make it for Nintendo. Nintendo's the only one that wants it, is what I'm saying. Like that's why it's sad news. Bayonetta 2 wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Nintendo. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all want Bayonetta 3?
They
You
need
want
to
two?
focus on bringing out the second one first before they start talking
On a
about the
newer
third
system.
one.
He said
I
on the
haven't-
newer system. It would
I
be
haven't
pointless.
played neither.
Nobody would buy it on that newer system because they didn't buy it on the other ones.
I didn't play it.
Yeah,
The
'cause
first
I-
one, so
I really want to see the Bayonetta 2 numbers whenever it drops. See how many
Yeah.
people actually buy. And then nobody buys it. All the Nintendo people that were talking shit.
We got Bayonetta 2, and you guys need to buy the game. Why you all mad? Because it's on the Wii U. If you want it on the Wii U, go and buy a Wii U.
And same
Uh-oh.
shit. If
I
that
heard a
doesn't
video
sell,
about to have JG in that hole now. They about to go in on you.
if that game doesn't sell, then guess what? You all were talking all that shit. So now you got to deal with it. Because you already know countless number of videos about to drop soon as that game drops. And I hope all of y'all bought it. Everybody owns it. Wii U. I hope all of y'all bought it. Every single one of y'all.
This isn't sure why people want a new Battlefield Bad Company. I'm sorry, I just saw an article. I'm just looking at an article here.
And some real actual positive Mario news. Mario Kart 8 pushed 2 million units. How y'all feel about that?
That was expected.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
It's a major game.
Why are you
I'm
surprised,
surprised.
Tick? If there's 3 million, 4 million Wii U's out there and there are no games to play, why are you surprised
okay.
that everybody bought it?
Hey, but some people went and picked up Wii U's though, bro. Like I just don't understand that for that game, man. Like,
I was in
that's
Best
not
Buy.
a seller.
I was in Target last week, and I actually own the game, and I never took it out the box yet. I played Mario Kart 8 because they had it on demo for the Wii U, and I was like, I played one race in the little demonstration booth, and I was like, I feel like I could write a review for this game after playing one game. Like,
Yeah, because it's the same game.
and
Like,
Damn.
listen, this is the first
That's messed
Mario
up.
Kart. This is the first Mario Kart I've played since Mario 64. There's been like 7 new ones since then, hasn't there? Something like that, like 5 or 6 or something like that.
yeah.
And I was like, this is the same game. I was like, this is crazy, bro.
Like I really never cared for it back then. Like the very first Mario Kart I played was on the SNES. Like I played the very first Mario Kart, and I just didn't think it was too great of a game. It was fun, but it wasn't a game that I would go nuts about, and I wouldn't go and buy a console for it either.
Yeah, it was another party type of game. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed playing it, with my friends, but we're no longer in that age, so we can't really go back to that. The most innovative thing that they did for Mario Kart was Double Dash. Like Double Dash was by far the most fun Mario Kart ever.
People seem to be begging for that one a lot too. That's what they want to see at Double Dash
Yeah,
too.
Double Dash was really fun. You could choose 2 characters and then you could switch between them, and the way that you handle your items, it was also pretty dope. So I really enjoyed Double Dash. And I mean, a Pokemon could get a remake of every single game. I'm sure that if they really listen to the community, they will bring Double Dash back. But I wouldn't, like y'all said, I wouldn't buy a console for that. Like Smash Brothers, yes, I would, but not Mario Kart.
I'll put it like this. At Google, we got this guy that bought it, right? And we take it down to the game room, and everybody plays it. It's like just like back in the day. It's honestly no different than playing like the Sonic racing game online. I mean, it's fun. Definitely, trust me. When you play it like for a while and you get like reactions from other people, it's fun. You sit there and play it like for like countless hours or whatever.
That
And-
Sonic game can only do so much for me. But go ahead.
But yeah, we play it. Nobody complains about it. You feel like how you was back in the day when you had your friends over. So as far as them reaching out to like making it like a fun game, they definitely done that. But like far as reaching the masses, it won't because of that.
Yeah,
But,
if everybody could go back to that, like if everybody could just go down and play like y'all did, I'm pretty sure it will be fun. Like I'll play it definitely. I want that. I want that aspect back. I don't want to do the whole online thing. It is not a system seller,
Right.
in my opinion.
No, definitely not a system seller, but
Yes,
Did
sir.
I lag out?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, okay.
You said it's not a sister center, but
Yeah,
we were like,
stop
waiting.
talking. I was like, oh.
I gotta edit that part. Awkward silence. What's the name? What's the name? Before we end the sad news, this isn't Nintendo related, but it is sad, so I'm just gonna leave the sad music on. The Ouya, the most inspiring, innovative console, just kidding, out there, is so fucking desperate that they are now offering a $60 pass for 800 games. For $60, you can get 800 games on the Ouya. What games you want to play on the Ouya, JG?
Apparently none. We don't have any exclusives or very little.
You got any games you want to play?
Anything.
Nomad?
Nah, not at all. We had a guy bought one and he returned it like an hour later. He didn't even open it.
Damn.
he looked at the box. He was just disappointed in myself. Like, damn, this is some bullshit.
And nobody bought it since then. It got marked down to a pre-owned and it still has the plastic on it. You know.
Dang.
Wow.
Any games you want to play on the Ouya, Tick?
I would rather buy NVIDIA Shield. It's like the same games.
And still to this day, I think that's one of my funniest reviews that I did from last year because the like they were saying I didn't use the Ouya right, and I was like the games just suck. That's the bottom line. Like, what are you talking about, dude? So just Ouya. A good warrior knows when he lost. Okay, bow out gracefully, you guys. It sucks.
It was a good concept when it first came out. You know, the Kickstarter, everybody
It just
was
didn't
excited.
have the horsepower, though.
Then the product came out and we're like, why would I buy this? What exclusive games that you have?
Yeah, because it was for indie developers, but now Sony and Xbox are supporting these indie developers. So why would I want your console now?
And PC. You know, the Ouya was trash because when it was just about to come out, it was like an IGN or a GameSpot interview. No, it was The Verge, I think. They interviewed Julie Urban or whatever, who's the CEO of Ouya, and they was like, so the concept is cool, but it was like, what are your favorite games on the Ouya? And then she turns around and snaps to like one of her people on her team, and she's like, what's that game I was playing the other day? And then he was like, yeah, I took that as a bad sign. Like, this isn't gonna be very good. I was like, that's foul, but you know, that's the truth. So let's go ahead and cut that sad music off, and let's end this podcast with a conversation. I'm gonna let you have the floor, Tick, because I think you brought this up. The state of gaming, how you feel about it?
State of gaming, man. I think it's going downhill, bro. To be honest, like what we talked about already about, you know, developers going out of business. People only focusing on the same game. We have developers and even the console sellers, you know, they're seeing that they can actually make us spend more money, but we really don't have to. As in, you know, paying subscriptions to play your game online, and for microtransactions, and for DLCs, even the ones with the DLCs are already on the disc. Street Fighter, Capcom. That's an issue. And then when you go, and then let's go to, you know, what we play on now majority of the time, which is PC. You have these developers who are focusing mainly on the consoles instead of the PC, and a lot of these developers came from the PC, and that's what I find more disrespectful. Like, they got their start from the PC community, but now they treat us like we're dirt because they like, oh well, there's more people out there on the consoles, so we don't have to really focus much on the PC. We could just take what we have on the consoles and just throw it with all the garbage and bugs on the PC, and just have to deal with it until we feel like we want to patch it. And that's sad, yo. Back in the day, like, there was none of this. Like, you had a game come out, it came out perfect. There were no bugs. It had to come out pretty much perfect. There were issues in the game, but they made sure that it was so little that you could find in the game, and it really didn't affect the gameplay much because they couldn't do anything after they already sold it. It was going to be sold, and when you bought it, that's how the game was going to be. There were no updates or anything like that. Now that they see they can do that, they're just being a lot lazier with the product. That's probably why, another reason why all these companies are going out of business. So I think it's going downhill, and I don't really see, like, I see another console market crash, you know, just like it was back in the 80s before Nintendo came back and brought life back to console home gaming.
What about you, Nomad? How you feel about gaming now?
Pretty much like what Chick said. Honestly, I think the internet killed it. I'm not gonna front. I've been around since the original Nintendo. So, like he said, you had the games come out. They came as they were. You know, there's no updates. There's no chance to like push microtransactions, no DLC or nothing. You'll get a sequel, which is what you'll get instead of like small updates. So the internet killed it. People pretending to be gamers killed it. Developers that are not the same as the ones back in the day. You got the kids that just graduate and make indie games and figure they'll move to a bigger company. They killed it. I honestly hope it can make a resurgence, but I don't know, man. I really don't know, but I'm just gonna keep playing what I play. That's about it. Those fighting games.
I'm tired of sequels. What about you, JG?
I feel like gamers can't make up their minds these days. You want something new, but then when that comes out, you don't want to play it and you bitch about it. If a game stays the same, you bitch about it and say that, well, where's the innovation? I don't want to play the same game that I just played. It's very confusing to a developer in order to please you these days. So what they end up doing is just half-assing it or being very lazy whenever they want to come out with a game. And guess what? You still don't buy it. So basically, I mean, gamers as a whole nowadays are killing the gaming industry, period. My opinion.
Right. I actually agree with JG. I agree with Nomad and Tick said to an agree, but I agree with JG more because I feel like a lot of people, it's not even gamers, just people nowadays, thanks to things like Twitter, just kind of have like this fast food mentality as far as absorbing media and information and shit. Like, you want it now, you want it there. So then you got to look at it from a developer standpoint. Like, you constantly got people barking at you on Twitter, on Facebook, threatening you and shit. This better come out. I want this, that. Maybe it's causing them to rush some of their products. It's causing them to rush innovation. And just in defense of the developers, I feel like it's a 50-50 thing. We're doing things too that I don't personally do that, but you know, just I feel like when have I done that? When have I ever barked at a damn developer, except for Activision with the damn Ninja Turtles bullshit?
Oh yeah, they deserve that.
They get it when they deserve it, but I don't really come at developers like, get this game out. Like, I'd rather you take your time and the game be amazing. Yeah. Firefox. What I do about Firefox?
But not Firefox. Star Fox. We'll see.
Firefox.
What else about Star Fox?
I never really barked at Nintendo. It's more like, where is it? Like, come on. Like, like, we get a new Zelda, a new Mario every year. Like, I think I can say that, yo, where's Star Fox? Like, come on. You're talking about the people that get like Call of Duty every year and they just barking at it, like, where's it at and where's the new trailer? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50. Some of it's the devs and the publishers, some of it's the gamers. They just don't know what the hell they want. So it is what it is. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add to this conversation?
And like I said before, if you're gonna drop a single player game, add more depth in it. Also, stop the lying. That's another thing I forgot to mention. You're lying on these E3 trailers. You have it, especially just to sell these consoles. You're sitting there showing a gameplay with stupidly great graphics, making them think that's what they're going to get. But then you're actually playing it on a PC, a super-powered PC, which goes back to Watch Dogs, because they showed us the E3 trailer in 2012, but then you go and dumb the PC version down like it can't handle it. And then you optimize it so horribly that even when you try to lie and say that, oh, we dumbed it down because we didn't feel like, it would actually be optimized properly for the PC. But then it was bad from the jump. It was worse with the retail copy. Like, it was stuttering all up and down. So what did you make it better for? Why did you downgrade it?
That's actually a very good point. I even think about, like, you say that it just wouldn't run well on the PC, but you felt comfortable enough to get on stage on E3 in front of millions of people and run the game on PC. So clearly you're lying.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, that's why the community is not looking good, Like, this is crazy. Like, the whole lying at E3 stuff started back in 2005 or 6 with the PlayStation 3 showing Killzone and Moto, whatever it was called.
Don't forget, like, E3. Well, when was the original Wii announced? What E3 was that? Was that like 06, 05? something like that. When did
I
the
think
Wii
it
come
was
out?
05.
05, yeah.
Oh, 05 when they actually announced it.
Yeah,
Wasn't it
Nintendo
again?
lied about that. This is motion controls. It's gonna track your emotion. The Nintendo Wii was complete fucking trash, and it baffles me still to this day how that shit was so successful. Because what was that game where you could play with the swords and the guns? It was a first person shooter.
Oh, that game. I forgot what it's called. I know what you're talking about.
It was a first person shooter, and I remember being at the YMCA. I remember it was like my freshman year of high school when that shit came out, and that was when I realized the Wii was trash because it didn't track your motions at all. Now Nintendo, they redeemed themselves when they came out with the Wii U Remote Plus, where that was 1-to-1. But that original Wii, the Wii Motion Plus, the original Wii controller, that shit was garbage. And why people weren't mad? Like, people were just calling me a hater. Like, no, they sat on stage and they lied to you. This shit don't work. It's garbage. It don't track me. I don't know, man.
They lied again too. With that Zelda trailer. Remember that Zelda trailer we got back in the day? Why doesn't this Zelda look like that one? They actually dumbed the graphics down and made it more cartoonish. They gave it a cell shade. I guess so it could run better on the Wii U. But the one we were shown before, it looked a lot better.
And why? And quit getting on stage acting like you're so innovative, Nintendo. If you're so innovative, why you keep getting hit with fucking lawsuits about your 3DS screen copy patent infringement, then the Wii U patent infringement, and don't sit up here like you can't defend them because they're losing these cases and they're settling out of court. So just quit lying. I don't know. I agree with you.
Yeah, we need to get back to the fun. That's what I feel. We need to get back to the fun. Gaming is as high as it's ever going to be.
Everyone's a critic.
I feel like, everyone wants to be a critic. And yeah, man. So it's becoming more and more of a business. So developers are treating it like such instead of actually giving the real gamers a solid product. You need to stop bringing out games that are not finished and just thinking that you can patch it up. Make sure that it's optimized, that people can actually play the game, and let's get back to the fun. Because if we can't play the game, or if the game doesn't look like what you originally showcased to us, then we're going to be upset. And then you're going to come under fire, and then you're going to have to use all that PR talk just to try to get the people who can't read between the lines. It's the way you're actually saying.
If you've never played an RPG, you don't need to be a game critic. That's all I'm saying.
Sega, come back.
You said what?
Sega, come back.
Save
back to
us.
the console market. Kickstarter for Sega.
I'm just saying, like, it's baffling to me. All these so-called gamers that you're coming across never played an RPG. Like, you don't need to be a critic, bro. Chill out. You're casual. All right. Is there anything else y'all want to add or no?
Nah, this is a pretty long podcast.
As
I think we're at an hour and 40 minutes or 50.
Yeah, hour 46.
Almost 2 hours.
Jesus. It's because it's the first time we had a guest, so then he added shit to the conversation. And we didn't expect that Evo conversation to go so long either. So,
It went quite a while.
I
brought it back to you, so it was kind of my fault. But hey,
I ain't complaining. The longer, the better. They like this shit. So since Nomad is our special guest, shout your channel out and give us your closing statement for Gaming Illuminati 28. Go.
Alright, this is your boy, I'm Nomad. Like I said, www.youtube.com, I'm Nomad. One of the fighting game players. I wish I was a leader, but not yet, so check me out on Evo. Hopefully I can stream snipe or something like that. And I want to give a big shout out to Tick and JG and ModernWarNegro for having me on the podcast. So I'm a big fan of all y'all's, and I've been riding this for a while, so appreciate it, fellas.
no problem.
All right. And JG, what's your closing statement for Gaming Illuminati 28? Go.
Hope everybody had a good 4th. I know that I did. It's fun time with friends and family, so I had a good time. Got away from games for a little bit. Like, people should do that a little bit more. Go outside before you end up being a fat ass. Shots fired at who?
I don't know, bro. You taking shots at everybody.
Nah, he's right though. He's right. I did that all
He
last
is.
week. I didn't play games all last week. It was good. It was cool.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to just step away from the PC, step away from the controller, and just enjoy life a little bit. Other than that, man, thank you. I got 11,000 subs now, yo. I'm coming up. So
Go
shout out
ahead,
to
boy.
everybody.
He Hollywood now. Tick, you got the floor. What's your closing statement for tonight's episode? Go.
I'm happy we finally got I'm Nomad on the podcast, man. We've been trying forever to get this dude on, man. One time we had him in here, but ModernWarNegro wanted to be on Color People Time. He took like 2 hours to get on. If
I don't recall that.
Yeah, shut up. If you want to know what podcast that is, that's the podcast when you go back and I was mad the whole time. That was that one because I was upset that he took that long. But yeah, it's good that we finally got him up here, man. I really don't have much to say. We gave out a lot of information, shared a lot of our thoughts on the gaming community, and you know, things like that on this podcast. This is probably the longest one we've ever done, and I'm making it longer because I keep talking. So I'm gonna end it right here.
Bro, and my closing statement for tonight's episode is: let me know, you guys, what you thought about my swordsman funny moments video. You guys like those type of videos where me and my friends just play and we highlight the funny shit where we joking around? If you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. I will be looking. I appreciate that everybody listened. Articles, everything we discussed in today's episode, in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes. We're also available on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/GamingIlluminati. Remember that we spell Illuminati with an N as in naughty or nice. This has been Gaming Illuminati episode 28. Once again, thanks for listening, but we are out this bitch. My nipples look like milk duds. Is that what you said?